if your kids are not reaching, or your son or daughter specifically are not reaching their full potential, here's two things I think are probably the cause. Number one is they probably are exposed to too much, but they don't really know anything. So really focus on the best few ways to score from the very common positions in wrestling. You know, for example, you're going to get, let's say, about 4 front headlocks a match. I've counted all this out a couple decades ago. So, you know, I literally could probably show you 13 things to do from there. But, you know, we focus on 3 in our academy, and we focus on 5 in our elite room, and then in our world-class wrestler program or our more advanced camps. We have 7, but 2 of those are counters to counters. But so I take the same approach. So I'm just mentioning that so you know that, you know, we practice what we preach. So the best couple of ways. Now think about, your opponents are going to collar tie, grab your kids by the back of the neck with their hand and put their elbow on their collarbone. That's called a collar tie. That's going to happen a lot in high school and kids wrestling. So they want to master a couple of ways to score from there. They get to their feet. Their opponent is behind them with their hands locked. If they break the hands, they get an escape. Let's get 1 or 2 things to do from there. Single leg, you sprawl on top of me. That's not a bad position. It's a good position. Your opponents are going to sprawl. So when you get a leg attack and your opponent sprawls on top of you, that's not bad. That's a good position. It's not as good as if they forget to sprawl, but you get the point. So we want to master a few ways to score from there. So you get the idea. They probably need that foundation, that's what we call it, a foundation. And secondly, probably they don't understand how to manage the anxiety of wrestling. It's a very emotionally draining sport. You know, some of that pressure or stress could be coming from a parent, maybe not. So it's always good for the parents to study the sports psychology side of wrestling as well as the athlete, parents as well, so that you're not messing it up on accident. You're not getting mixed messages, but sometimes a lot of it comes down to, you know, the mental game and being weak in that area. And that's something we talk about. You probably found us or me online because of that. So you can binge through our YouTube channel. That can be very helpful for you guys. And then you're going to find in about 1 or 2 months of constant messaging, they're going to start to calm down a little bit. We'll start to sink in. It does take some time, but it's got to be relentless reminders and discussions. And you got to make sure that you're reinforcing the things that you have learned as well. But I think those 2 things could probably solve their problems. And that's going to make all the kids hit a new level. Let's just be honest about that. But, you know, if they're not reaching their potential, that's probably the case. Check us out, purlerwrestling.com. Thank you guys for following. Subscribe, share this so you see more of our stuff. And, you know, take that advice and help those kids. Good luck.